the United World College. I talk about it a lot as a foundational experience that led to me being able to visit every single country in the world. I have posted a few videos from my recent 10-year reunion there, but I haven't really talked about what is it, this mysterious, magical, amazing place called UWC. So now I wanted to explain a little bit about what the United World Colleges are, why it was so monumental for me in my life in general, but especially in my journey to every country, and also let you know how you can attend the school, get involved with the school, or just learn more about the movement. The United World College is two things. First, it is an international boarding school network. And secondly, it is an international education movement. So what do I mean by boarding school network? There are 18 UWC campuses around the world. There are 3 in the Americas, Canada, New Mexico, Costa Rica. There are 2 in Africa, in Swaziland, and the newest one in Tanzania. There are 6 in Europe, in Wales, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Italy, the Netherlands, Germany, and where's the other one? And Norway. And then there are 7 in Asia, in India, in Hong Kong, in Singapore, in China, in Japan, in Thailand, and in Armenia. So altogether, these 18 campuses, they share a lot of similarities. So most of them are focused on the last 2 years of high school. They do the International Baccalaureate, IB program, and all of them are made up of an international student body, usually of between 200 and 300 students that will come from 60 to 80 different countries. Now, all of the schools, you don't apply and get accepted by the school, especially for the last 2 years. You apply to your national committee. There are 200 national committees around the world. You get accepted by your country, and then you get placed in one of the 18 schools. What do I mean by an international education movement? So the thing that really ties together all 18 of the United World College campuses is the mission. And the mission is to use education as a force to unite people, nations, and cultures for peace and a sustainable future. So that's kind of a lot. Well, what exactly does that mean, and how does that manifest in the daily life of the students and on the campus? There are a lot of answers to that, and I think the way to best understand it is to understand the history of the school a little bit. The United World Colleges were founded by Kurt Hahn, who was an educationalist who started Outward Bound and was the headmaster of a couple different boarding schools, mostly in the UK. He attended a training that NATO had done right after World War II. And he saw all these young men from different countries coming together under like a singular mission that united them. And he saw the way that they were able to connect. And he thought 2 things. What if we brought in youth that are old enough to have a national identity, to know where they come from, to really understand their cultures and the places that they're from, but young enough that they aren't completely stuck in their ways and are not curious and open for new things. And if we put them all in one place, surely they would be able to share with one another about their own unique identities and yet form a more global and international cosmopolitan one. He started the first United World College in Wales. He got the support of Lord Mountbatten, who was Prince Philip's uncle and a large member of the royal family, did a lot in India in the colonial times. And Lord Mountbatten came on as the head of the movement. He later passed it on to his grandnephew, I guess, Prince Charles, who ran it for a while. He then gave it about 20 years ago or 15 years ago to Queen Noor of Jordan. And also while Nelson Mandela was alive in his later years, he was the honorary president because his children attended the schools as well. So there's always been a lot of international support around this idea of the movement and around the idea of using education as a way to bring people together, to have them be curious and learn about one another. The campus that I attended was United World College USA, which is located in Montezuma, New Mexico. Every year there are 50 American students that are accepted to the overarching movement, and about 30 of them will go to the campuses all around the world, and about 20 of them will come to UWC-USA. UWC-USA was founded like 35 years ago, and it was started by Arm & Hammer, who was an industrialist famous in America for Occidental Oil, and his grandson now, Armie Hammer. The rumor goes that when Arm & Hammer told Prince Charles that he wanted to open a campus in the USA, that Prince Charles said, "Are there any castles there?" And this was because two of the first three campuses in Wales and in Italy were both centered around a castle. So Arm & Hammer supposedly said, "I'll find one, and if I can't find one, I'll build one." He found one in Montezuma, New Mexico, in the like low foothills of the Rocky Mountains, right where the Rocky Mountains hit the Great Plains in this beautiful area. It was called like the Montezuma Hot Springs Hotel, the Queen Anne style castle that had been built in the 1800s and then burned down a couple times and was kind of in a state of disrepair. He bought the land, put the school there. Originally the school was called the Arm & Hammer United World College of the American West because there was an idea to start another campus in the east coast of the States, and that never happened. Arm & Hammer and the trust that he gave to the school funded the school for quite a while. In the early 2000s, a big transformation happened at UWC-USA because the president of the school at the time met a man named Shelby Davis. Shelby Davis has this mantra in his family's life that the first 30 years you need to learn, the second 30 you need to earn, and the third 30 you need to return. So as he was about to enter the third 30 part of his life and turn 60 years old, he was looking for a cause that he wanted to put his efforts and his time and his money into. And he met the president of UWC, he heard about the mission, and he got interested in it. The rumor goes that he came to campus to have the meeting to kind of like make the final decision of whether or not he would invest. And supposedly he came in early. He wanted to like kind of like snoop around to see what it was like before and like see some of the students before he met, with all of the administration. And they say that he went into the pool and he saw two boys there, and he asked where they were from, and one said that he was Israeli and one said that he was Palestinian. And he asked, are you guys able to be friends here? And they said not only are they friends, but they're roommates, and that they realized how much they had in common and that they had formed this friendship over the 2 years that they had been at the school. And supposedly then Shelby Davis walked into the official meeting that he had with the check already signed. I think the initial amount was something like $150 million, and that at the time was the biggest donation that had ever been given to international education. He originally gave that money to restore the castle. It hadn't been used really as part of the campus. Now there's classrooms, administration, and dorm rooms in the castle. He also decided that all of the 50 American students, regardless of which campus they go to, will go for free. That still exists. All of us are Davis scholars. We go for free for the 2 years to the school. And the family has increased their giving to the school and extended it to all graduates of any United World College campus from any country. If they go to a number of 80 universities, that they will get scholarships for their time at university as well. The Davis family also does an annual Davis Challenge at any campus that raises a certain amount in their annual fundraising. The Davis family will match it. They also, his mother, Catherine Wasserman B. Davis, whose story I'm always inspired by. She was 19, she went horse trekking through the Ural Mountains. When she was 80, she picked up kayaking. When she was 90, she began painting, and her paintings are in museums. And she has said, it's more fun to live in a world that you're trying to make better. And that's something that I heard when I was young at UWC and has stuck with me forever. Catherine Wasserman Davis, on her 100th birthday, decided to give 100 grants of $10,000 to university students who want to do projects for peace. And that is what funded the second project of my NGO Trail of Seeds in Venezuela. So the Davis family has been incredibly generous, and the effect that they have had on so many students' lives and on the United World College has just been incredible, and we're so thankful to them for that. Each of the campuses has a little bit of a different extracurricular focus. So they all are doing the International Baccalaureate for academics, but there are different things that kind of use the communities that they are in, use the nature that they are in. At UWC-USA, a big part of it is the nature. I posted a video about all the hikes that we did, and I think what's fantastic about the school is that it takes so much advantage of being in one of the most beautiful parts of the country and really gets the students to be outside and involved. The campus is kind of in the middle of nowhere, and that's nice because it forces you to be like with each other only. You're learning from your new friends, especially back when I was attending the school 2007, 2009. We didn't have quick enough internet. We didn't everybody have cell phones, so we had to talk. Like we were just constantly together learning about each other. I don't remember almost anything about the academics. I mean, we all did very well. At the time, the United World Colleges was the #1 matriculating school to the Ivy League. So many of my friends went to such incredible universities, and there's such smart people there and such inspiring people. But it wasn't really about that. It was about learning about one another's countries and cultures and where we came from and who we are and growing up together. I remember one time I walked into a classroom for a math test, and I told the professor, oh, I studied for 4 hours last night. And he said, why? And I was like, but because there's a test. And he's like, yeah, but aren't there people in your dorm from, Botswana and Bulgaria and Argentina? I was like, yeah. He goes, talk to them, learn about those things. And that was really important for me to hear as a young person, that, focus on your curiosity, focus on learning from one another, like build those relationships, and that's what's gonna help you in the world. So the impact on the students is immense just because you're at this age, 16 to 18 years old, where you are growing up, you're trying to figure out who you are. And so to be on this campus around so many other people, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all of you trying to figure out life and being able to do that together and having so many different cultural backgrounds to do that with, and so many different socioeconomic backgrounds, so many different religious backgrounds, so many different languages being spoken, it really sparks the imagination and the possibilities of what the world can be. And it's really beautiful to be there as a student because you start to understand the way that cooperation can work. You start to understand that we share so much between us, that there are so many similarities. All in all, as an alumni, not only has the mission been important to me, but the community has been incredibly important in my life in general, but also for sure in my travels. Okay, now, oh shit, I'm sorry, I'm late to it. All in all, I hope that you enjoyed learning about what the United World College is, learning about the history of UWC, a little bit more about my experience while there in my campus and what the community and the mission has done for me, like moving forward in my life. If you have any questions, comment down below. I'll answer all of them. Go watch the other videos about my time at my 10-year reunion. And I hope that you guys are interested in the school and the movement. And if you're young enough that maybe you can apply. And I hope that everybody will travel safe.